one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
After a 5-year race to the finish line, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is upon us. And quite frankly, it's probably Illumination's best work. Which isn't saying much, but hey, Mario is on the big screen. I don't think we ever thought we'd be able to say that honestly. It's crazy to think that I'm living in a world where 6-year-old me would literally dream about. First, the simple yet fun Sonic films, and now the Super Mario Bros. Movie that truly respects the fans of the games. It's a nostalgic roller coaster ride filled with tiny Easter eggs that can be missed simply by blinking, and others that are right in your face. This is something you've probably heard a lot over the last couple of days if you've read any reviews. You're probably aware that there is a lot of division about that in this film. There are good and bad things to this, and you'll probably get completely different responses depending on who you ask. As a fan of the games, there's not a moment where I'm not happy to see Nintendo strive to make this the ultimate love letter. But as a fan of film, you can't help but hope there is more to this than bloated nostalgia. The story is practically non-existent, and normally for an animation like this, that'd be fine if it made up for it with good dialogue. But it doesn't. Characters that realistically should have had more speaking moments get unnaturally sidelined and even forgotten at times. I really expected Keegan-Michael Key's Toad to have a much more valuable role in this film, but 30 minutes in and I can't even recall if he has another line. Seriously. That doesn't undermine their talent, of course. I just wish the cast could have been given an extra 15 to 20 minutes to really flesh out their characters. And instead, I kind of left the theater craving more from not really the world of the Mushroom Kingdom, but the chemistry of the cast that was constantly ushered out in replacement for quick fade-out scenes that cut to something that wasn't even remotely beneficial to moving anything forward. Regardless, despite the lack of attention they got, the cast is surprisingly well picked, with Jack Black, of course, being the spotlight of this film. There's not a moment where he doesn't put his all into it. It's a character that clearly meant something to him, and overall he'll provide a very entertaining and cheesy experience. Chris Pratt is also surprisingly a highlight throughout this film as Mario. Initially, I wasn't sure how well he'd fit into the Mushroom Kingdom, but his voice ended up working great for the movie. There are a couple of scenes that really stuck out to me with him, noticeably when he showcases his Brooklyn Italian accent in scenes where he's kind of slurring his words due to being nervous or something.
Whoa! Okay, so these bricks are just floating here?
And then of course, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong got everyone laughing, because he had to do his stupid 3,000-year-old laugh he always does. Which actually worked well throughout the film, despite my initial skepticism. There are also some cameos, which you are probably well aware of. It definitely doesn't give justice to Charles Martinet's impact over the last 30 years, but hey, it's still great to hear his voice. It's hard for me to really pick apart this film and tell you more about it without either spoiling it or giving away too much. It's a video game film that strives to do nothing more and nothing less. And for me, that's okay. There's plenty of fun to be had. Everyone in the cast nailed their characters. The animation is visually stunning. And while the movie is short and sweet, there's never a moment where I wasn't happy to just see this all come to life. It's a movie your kids will love no matter what. And if you're a Nintendo fan, I think you'll have a good time. For more reviews and discussion videos on films and video games, stick with Marcus Network.